Hey my friends, today I come to you marking a very somber occasion. 11 years ago, a young lady by the name of Emily Anna Asbel, 19 years old, from Clinton, South Carolina, was strangled to death by her boyfriend with a USB power cord in the front seat of a car. Emily was beautiful, vivacious, talented, offered so much to so many people, and her life was cut short through an act of violence. It is out of that act of violence, unfortunately, that a family had to suffer greatly. But you know what? A lot of people suffered well before then, and a lot of people and families are going to suffer in the future if South Carolina doesn't get its act together to address issues of strangulation in South Carolina. Yes, we do need a law. We do need a law in South Carolina. But we also need a greater amount of public awareness to the dangers that exist. And this issue of strangulation isn't just related to domestic violence or intimate partner violence, but it's also related to child abuse and elder abuse and neglect and human trafficking, kidnapping, sexual assaults. It happens in so many different types of situations. And so on this day of remembrance, I hope that this encourages you and empowers you to act, not just for yourself, because I know many of you have suffered with these type of situations, but many of you also know people that have suffered, your friends, your family, that you've seen this happen to. And so I'm hoping that this day of remembrance and reflection moves us all collectively to addressing this issue in South Carolina. You know, the bill that we first wrote in 2018 was written in memory of Emily. EA's Love for Life was a foundation that her mother started to not just remember her daughter, but also to give her daughter's life a continued meaning after her unfortunate murder. But again, many people came before, and unfortunately many people are going to come after. You know, when we wrote that bill in 2018, we got 10,000 signatures of South Carolinians that said enough is enough. But enough still hasn't been done. And story after story after story that pops up in the news is continuing to shed light on this unaddressed situation in South Carolina. And for all those that make the news, y'all, I can tell you there's probably 15 or 20 more that are never reported to law enforcement. Individuals never get to the hospitals, don't meet with victim advocates, and suffer in silence. And some of you are suffering in silence. So I also hope that our movement here in South Carolina through our group Facebook page, I encourage you also to go to the Emily Anna Asbel Memorial page. There's other pages of other individuals in South Carolina. I hope our collective voices empower and encourage everyone to speak up on this. Often when someone is strangled, they cannot speak. But y'all, we have voices to speak. We're getting air into our lungs. Our brains have the oxygen that we need. We got to do something. We got to say something. So I'm hoping on this day of remembrance, that's exactly what we do. So again, share the page, talk about it, share about it. Your voices are important. Call your legislators, call your solicitors' offices, call your law enforcement. Training is available for prosecutors, for law enforcement. I do it. Some of the hospitals do it. It's out there. So when someone says they don't know, well, they don't know because maybe they haven't been told. Or perhaps they don't think it's serious enough. We don't want any family to be in a situation to realize it's serious enough because it has already happened. So let's try to avoid that, and let's save lives in South Carolina. Thank you for this time of reflection and remembrance. And again, I hope this encourages you and collectively for us to move forward and speak up and speak out. I hope you all have a wonderful weekend and stay safe. Take care.